Сейчас YouTube запущу и поедем дальше. Отлично. Так, activity feed есть. Сейчас звук появится. Всё. Ага. Окей, я так понимаю, сад там. Надо туда добраться. В прошлый раз остановились здесь. Сегодня, я думаю, доберемся уже. И там кто-то ходит, кстати. А, вот они, да. Я сейчас вспомню, как играть. Я не играл пару дней. Один день все. Пару дней, один день. Гасить их, не? Я думаю, можем загасить, да? Нам, в принципе, ничего не помешает. Может, по заданию надо гасить. Вряд ли ты зажмешь. Я отслед. А ты пишется умеешь. Хорош. У них гримуар новый, типа. Я так понял, настройки не сохраняются, естественно. Я в шоке. Не хочу ТСР. Не хочу, точнее, AMX. AMD. ТСР хочу. Для стрима ТСР идеально, я смотрю. Она была... Сейчас мы узнаем.
We've seen giants like these before.
Где?
What happened here?
Какие гиганты? Я слышу только тут где-то секреты. Я вот это. Остальное не слышу. Ну, мало. Заканчивается моя аура. О, там водопад мне в уши бьет. Вот тут. Хо-хо.
Got eyes on something?
Он подорвался?
That'll show him.
Ой, блин.
We still on me! Yatsley, look out! The hunter changes its stripes.
answers. Who goes?
Он не услышал.
Flown on the breeze. You tear in our bark.
Dodge this! There in the eye!
Найс. Денчик, спасибо, дорогой.
Add on, boy.
Someone's eager to dance.
Давайте ее. Команд.
Another soul for the wheel.
Так, я близко уже. Окей. Прыжок веры.
We're on the right track. You can tell because it's extremely dangerous.
Вы прыгать будете? Да, мы нет. Вас ждать, не ждать, окей. Я как-то улизнул от тех.
As a mouse.
О, фак, это, кажется, больше было, чем я думал. Надо ману подзарядить сразу. А меня уже сопля летит какая-то. Оу. Они нас не видят, тогда хорошо. Ой-ой-ой, какой-то опасный навлоб. Раз.
You won't get through this.
Ясно, давай. Что же там гасит, да? Не? Найс. 15 хп восстановите. Отлично, идем дальше. Мы тут.
I've dreamt of exploring Nagukubel for years. To find out what happened to the godless who built this and why they vanished.
Не будем терять времени, мы должны найти дорогу в сад.
Of course, but we can take a little look around since we're here already, can't we?
We found something like this in Nakutadak. What's their significance?
These are magfolk. They're often found in many godless ruins, but they are definitely not godless.
В твоё время часто встречаю смех волки.
Oh, they're everywhere. But no one knows where they came from exactly. Apparently, they weren't fans of the godless. Godless ruins are filled with magfolk remains, but no records of them exist in Akiba lore. I don't think the godless did well against the magfolk.
They seem to be killing machines. But who made them? And to what end?
Years. Blood like a fountain. No quarter. Nothing spared.
Wait, did the voice in your head just talk? What did it say?
Похоже, здесь погибли тысячи в страшных муках.
Perhaps more. It's impossible to know the true count. Anything of historic importance is often blood-soaked. Are you ready? We're entering one of their holiest places. Who knows what we'll find? Okay. Got my wand, got my grimoire. Let's go already. Wothan Roth.
We remember. They loved and we loved in return.
Окей.
We are nearly free now. We remember. They loved and we loved in return.
Halloween's gonads. We're actually in Nakukubel. Someone pinch me.
Капец, сколько ей надо.
We see you! Burst of light! Couldn't have done it better.
It's hard. Oh, look at that Audra. What else might be here?
The heart of the Akita beats. Our veins stir. You are close. Seek the ancient kith who dwell here. They will show you the way.
What?
The brambles. How did you... Oh, and someone's here now.
Это я?
An intruder comes.
That's a ghost. That's an Akitan ghost.
You don't belong here. Why have you come? What business do you have in this place? Tell me, before I strike you down. And the gardener. Of course, they'd seek more souls to help them.
The gardener. That must be how the ancient Akitans referred to their god. To stop it all.
I am Numena, Tebaro Sanakis, and guardian of the Akita and the living lands. They came swarming, relentless, these juggernauts. So many they stole the heat from the stars. They brought death to our temples. They brought doom to our kin. And the sky held no sun as our children screamed.
Oh, I know this. You speak of the Magfolk.
Yes, Story Seeker. Their corpses remain, as do our memories of what they did to us.
Никаких записей того, что здесь были, не сохранилось. Почему они убили твой народ?
We would have offered them everything, just to save some piece of us. But they did not speak. The Deathbringers were only there for the slaughter. Our words were burned. Our buildings were broken. Anything that was of Akita, they destroyed.
That's why there are no records. No histories.
We fought so hard, but we fell too. Then they trapped our gardener.
Trapped. A sepulchre of endless night. Bones beneath roots. Stop this.
Ты скрыл от меня все, что знаешь о моих волках. Почему?
The memory, it scorches our wounds. The light, it blinded us. Why were we so afraid?
The gardener quickens. This hastens our fears.
Шептал тоже боялся моих волков.
The gardener was afraid, yes. They were terrified. That was all they saw. Death hungers and cannot be sated. That which killed the Akita wants more slaughter still. So our gardener calls then, begging one more time to be set free.
We wait. They know. They understand. Why do they hinder you?
When the gardener calls, there is no turning away. But you will prove yourself to us through a series of trials. Survive these trials, and you will know the way to the garden.
Начинается.
First is a trial of strength. Demonstrate your might against our ancient dead, and earn the right to face the second.
Нет, спасибо. Я видел испытание Кашама. Я его тоже испытывал.
You saw? Yes, she was tested. She was trained to build and lead. But she fell, as did all the cities of my people when the Magfolk came. Go now. Your trials begin.
Undercities, we just spoke to an ancient Akedan.
Lead the way.
Нету хиллера, да?
Clean kill. Your days are numbered.
Есть.
Well, that was certainly a nightmare. Who's next? Anyone?
That ghost called you a Tebaru Sanakis. That must be what the Akita called their godlikes. I'm not used to
You need better equipment.
Well, if you insist. I'll have to do a more thorough reading later, but it looks like notes from the architect. It seems Nakukubel was divinely inspired, so it's Sapadal's fault you got lost earlier. Nice of them to give us a little break, isn't it?
They're gathering their strength. We should do the same. I'm coming for Ludwig next.
That's the last of them. So much for the first trial. On to the second. Look! Now we've got another door open.
You have the gardener's markings, but you are not one of us. You did not fall with us. Why have you come here? Tell me your mind. Tell me what rides in it. Do you know what our gardener did when they were sought last? The magfolk sought the gardener too, and our gardener did not want to be found. Our gardener knew what the magfolk would do, and they broke the world to keep themselves safe. The waters boiled, the land opened, the rivers rose, and we drowned.
We broke the pain. We died with them. How could... did we do this? We bleed, they bleed, the magfolk strike. How could we pierce the vein? We cannot, we writhe. Why must we feel this again?
There were so few of us left when the magfolk were at our doors. They did what they thought was best, yes. Our gardener never asks. They only act. Their ways are not the ways of people. You want a path to the garden? Pass this trial of the mind. Show me how clever you are. We will know the breadth of your wisdom before we let you learn what our gardener truly is.
Whoever gets us answers must be worth it, right?
Fire up in mind. I wonder if there's a clever trick to it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, just find the right rhythm and we'll be through in a flash. These ghosts aren't very helpful, are they?
The dead should not keep secrets, unless they resent the living.
Perhaps they're just unused to visitors? Surely they'll warm up to us eventually.
ridiculous when you think about it.
Well, this just seems unfair.
Ну как прошел?
The Echidans are being less welcoming than I'd hoped.
What did you expect? They're dead.
They must be trying to protect their gardener. Still, this feels hostile.
Don't worry. We're getting answers, with or without their help.
Judging by this mural, the relationship the Akita had with her god was complicated. Perhaps Zappadal was a little moody? This mural almost makes me feel nervous. Looks like a list of building materials. Probably for Nakukubel itself. Third time's the charm. Another door is revealed.
But you are an outlander. Somehow you've proven to have strength and wit. We now see what you represent. We know the truth of you. We cannot risk you causing another calamity. You know of this. Nimana's brethren were mistaken. But we would know what's best for our gardener. We understand what they are. No more words. You have not earned the right. Finish your last trial. Perhaps, but you will have none from me. You come as a supplicant. You do not have the privilege of questions. Go.
The living should not heed the advice of the dead.
Это ты говоришь. Та, которая общается с ними.
Of course these trials require a leap of faith.
You bear our gardener's mark.
gardener has grown roots into the Outlander.
What do you truly seek with our god?
This is... Oh. Oh. Well, seems like some of the construction crew had all kinds of fun.
How, Outlander?
The fur on the back of my neck is standing up.
Somehow you bested our trials. Like vermin, you persist.
Like vermin, you endured. You kept your head.
You live where worthier souls have fallen, but your journey ends here.
Soil hardens. Hesitation. Why do they smell fear? They are here to be found. Why? Why will they not free us?
This is where you die, Outlander. We cannot risk you provoking the Gardener and causing another calamity.
So be it. Prepare yourself.
Big mistake! On the left!
Get some better here. I need a minute.
You all right, dearie?
Defensive up. Gather round.
Anyone else want to die a second time?
Oh, and it looks like we got a prize on the table over there. Let's take a look, shall we? Wow. I've never seen an Akedan device like this. These mechanisms, they mark the locations of important sites. It's a map.
Ever closer. We must speak of this.
A map? I can't believe it survived all these years. Just waiting for the right hands to pick it up again.
Don't rush me, dearie. Akedan isn't easy to translate, you know.
So close. We reach. Find us in the Adra.
Your gods said hello, didn't they? Go on then, deal with them. I need time to translate.
I think your god would like a word. Try and make it quick.
Come, we yearn for answers. You are here. You heard us in the roots. You seek the garden. You know the way. But the Tibaru Sinakis, they turn from you. You have shown us only kindness and patience. Surely they would welcome you as kin, grafted from the same root. Ungrateful! They forget what we have done for them, how we loved them. We were theirs, and they were ours, and we told them to protect the wild and the green. In return, we promised to protect them, and we were true. Always, we protected them. We did not choose this. We did not want this. The earth shook. The waters rose. We will not remember. Do not question us. Blade slips between the bones like a blade. We lived in harmony. We were at peace, and then they came with metal bodies and murderous intent. We tried to stop them. Not our fault. We did not will this. We did not do this. We tried. We did not want them to die. We loved them. We tried. We loved them so much. We did not cause pain. The spirits lie. We love them most. They twist our words. We will show you. Let us offer you another gift. A seedling of power. We will show you our favor. Wait. An intruder. The piercing light. She draws near. The wire. A razor in our throat. Stop her! We writhe. We bleed. She brings the purging fire at her back. She comes to trap us. Out! Out! Send her out! Set us free!
Wake up! Wake up! What happened? Are you all right? What did you do?
While you were unconscious, the Adra pillar was not. A great deal of energy passed through it, to parts unknown.
You can't hear all the dream thralls trying to get in now. What happened with Sabadal? Once we get past all these dream thralls, I'll be excited to see what scares a god. They're flooding the area, so I think it's a great time to leave. Now! The map points us to Galawain's tusks. We'll find the way to the garden there. We just have to find a godless tower on the southern coast, and boom! There's our entrance into the garden.
We should talk to Marius. He knows the tusks better than anyone. Until then, we must ready ourselves for a fight. Let's finish this. We should. Should go. The dream. Courage is a...
Glory in the brush!
Let me out. On your right. Speed up. Never had a chance. Envoy. Check your light.
Perch the blade!
Quick as a flash.
Feed them to the earth! Trespassers, who goes there?
Понял, он бесконечный.
Bad envoy.
We've got company!
They're coming. Another soul for the wheel.
Keep quiet.
Ruins are overgrown. Should burn it out before it spreads.
You're a child playing at being a hero. You understand none of the... forces at work here.
The Circle of Archmagi has overstepped their authority. Again.
I don't know how to explain this any better. This is not a problem to solve with cannons or steel.
Is that... Oh, it can't be. Not now. Not her.
Let's go.
Envoy, I hope you found what you were looking for. Because those ruins are about to be a distant memory.
8 из 9. У меня, по-моему, есть восприятие, да? Я могу взять чисто, чтобы первый взять сейчас всех. Восприятие узнать 8 из 9. Вот, смотри, кольцо. О, 2 восприятия. Это сейчас стоит, да, у меня? Решительность силы. О, видите? Сейчас возьму так, а потом...
Envoy,
О, ты серьезно?
I have eyes in every corner of the living lands. Some more discreet than others. This is a spring from which the dream scourge flows, injecting poison into the veins of the island.
No, a cleansing fire. Poison or cure?
The same poison we burned out of Fure Messiverno.
The only thing you burned was hope. And I am determined to get it back. Even if I must take it from you.
Charming. Stand by my side, and we can strike a blow at the Dream Scourge. And at Sapadal.
Я сейчас держусь оправдываться за то, что сделал Фернерта.
We cut off an infected limb. Nothing more.
And now that severed limb has come back to strangle you.
I've been watching you, Envoy. You, who survived when so many godlike fell. I even asked the gods what made you so remarkable. And the burned queen opened my eyes to what you are. We knew the chaos of the living lands had an origin. How could I have known that you were its offspring?
Между моим происхождением определяет мою судьбу.
We have that much in common. There are 2 plagues in the living lands. Help me destroy one, and the other will follow.
Ashes. Nothing of the Akita will remain.
We may not burn out the Dream Scourge here, but we can burn out its symptoms and take the fight to your patron.
Spirits cry out, bury the fire, but still they rage.
Is her first instinct always to destroy stuff and hope that fixes things?
Always thinking with your sword. You zealots never change. I happen to like these ruins. They've been very informative. Without them, I'd never have learned there was a new god in the living lands.
Another reason why they should be destroyed. Sapadal is dangerous, but an archmage is more unpredictable by far. No. She thinks she can frighten us away and have the ruins to herself.
Oh, but you should be afraid. Archmages and gods can be worse than death. Either way, you won't be doing anything to the ruins, Inquisitor. I won't permit it. Stomp your feet as much as you like. Your opinion doesn't matter to me.
You forget your place, Archmage. No matter. I am happy to remind you.
And I will end you, Inquisitor. I will seal your unlife in ice for an eternity. Do not for a moment think that you possess any power here. You, and more importantly, your people, will regret all of it.
Harm many of my soldiers, and you won't live to regret it.
Not another word, or all of your people die. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. I want our envoy here to make the decision as to what will follow. Neither did the village in the parable. But sometimes we must make sacrifices. I have an alternate solution to the problem at hand.
This should be amusing.
I am not talking to you, am I? Don't interrupt me. I enjoy reminding bullies how toothless they really are. Anyway, I can sever the connection between the Adra in the ruins and the rest of the living lands. It will isolate the dream-scourged essence and halt the creation of new dream thralls in Shatterscarp. But those that exist will remain. My solution will end the plague in this region, I believe, and keep Ludwig from having to do terrible things to those nice ruins. I knew I liked you for a reason. Yes, there is a catch. It's also what you may call a large one. Severing the Adra will require the use of a truly immense amount of essence, which, well, will result in a few deaths.
A few deaths? What about Quilici? And the other Furians? And Quilici?
Gods, you're right.
A gentle sleep. One moment day, the next a poppy's dream to carry them to the Garden of Night. They would feel no pain.
I'm so very glad you recall.
Well, in layman's terms, she's going to rip the essence out of a bunch of people in Shatterscarp. For what it's worth, her theory is sound. She could stop the Dream Scourge. In Shatterscarp, at least.
Correct. I knew I liked you for a reason, Envoy. There is no control over who will perish in the process. But it will stop the Dream Scourge from spreading in Shatterscarp. No new Dream Thralls will be created.
I once thought of pursuing such an idea, but only after careful study. What she suggests is anything but careful.
It's not an ideal solution. But it is easier to save a life when you've amputated the necrotic limb, so to speak.
You surprise me, Envoy. After showing mercy to your own killer, you would condemn innocents to pain and death. She would sacrifice the very people we're trying to save, and for what? Not even to destroy the Dream Scourge, merely to slow it down.
Destroying the ruins and killing the Dream Thralls within is also a short-term measure. Ludwig's solution will eventually result in the same number of casualties, possibly even more. If such an alternative existed, I'd have suggested it already. So long as the Dream Scourge exists, more people will become infected. And the infected will take more lives, and this will continue indefinitely.
She has no idea what the consequences of her actions might be. And neither do you, Envoy. I want to show you something. I swore an oath to my goddess. A solemn vow that I would give everything in service to her. Even myself. And I did so, gladly. Sapadal wants the same devotion from you. The only difference is, you never had a choice. Imagine it, Envoy. Was there ever a godlike who stood tall against their own creator? Envoy, we have an obligation to scour Sapadal from the living lands before they destroy us. Starting with these ruins. Whatever you do, make sure the decision is yours, not theirs. Sapadal will poison your judgment if you let them. You owe Sapadal nothing. And yet, they demand everything. That is not devotion. It's cruel.
What an amateur. She accuses Sapadal of what she intends to inflict on you. Don't fall for it.
Yes, quite difficult to decide whether to believe your new god or the angry skeleton actively threatening us.
Godlike. I leave the choice to you. Both options will bring harm. The question is, which will bring more good? Perhaps not. But one of these solutions will bring an end to the matter in Shatterscarp. Remember the village and the statue it couldn't repair. Remember the lesson I tried to teach you. None of our lives matters. Not when they might cost us the future. Now choose, Envoy. Destroy the ruins and the Dream Thralls, but allow the plague to keep spreading. Or sever the Adra and end the plague in Shatterscarp, with an unknowable number of casualties.
She toys with you with innocent lives, while I offer only the truth.
Good people die either way, but severing the Adra shortens their suffering, I hope.
Breaking the Adra is a bold choice, but it's such a terrible cost. If only we had time to do it with some finesse. But Quilici... gods... if there's even a chance he could... No, I can't think of that right now. Then again, it's not as if I trust Ludwig. The dead have no right to choose for the living. I'm at a loss. Whatever you do, make sure you believe in it, because there's no going back.
Call it an experiment. To see if a mortal can think of futures beyond one's lifetime. And be less sentimental than the village about its statue. Also, I rather loathe the Inquisitor. She's far too used to getting her own way.
Periological and self-absorbed. You hold a blade to the throat of my soldiers, but that's no excuse for wasting my time. Envoy, I hate to be in this position, but at least the choice is in Adiran hands. So choose.
Oh, what a relief. You really scared me there, Envoy.
I don't like our options, but maybe we can learn something from this one. Let's just hope Quilici is all right.
So be it. Sapadal's hold over you is stronger than I suspected.
Rune, strengthen the living leaves. We twine.
Attune your soul to Sapadal to assist my focus on the Adra. You're the only one who can do that part. And Yardsley, come, help me. I think you'll enjoy this. Marinzoth Clathan, Aid Marslante.
It wasn't supposed to claim our people!
Началась игра, ну ладно. Я сохранился. Unreal Engine закрашился, написал. Но это уже не память, по крайней мере, была.
I am delighted to have been right about you. I was hoping you'd have the cold logic I wanted to see. We've dealt with the Dream Scourge, but you'll still have some cleaning up to do. Now that I know this was all because of a new god flailing in their cage, the Living Lands is no longer of interest to me. Another god. There are so many. If a new one is more aberrant than another, does it really matter? But that is for you to wrestle with. I'm done here. However, I have one final question for your young wizard.
For... me?
You have shown a great deal of talent, Yardsley. Few can harness so much essence with ease. I could use your assistance. And the companionship. It's really dreary being alone. Should you wish to return with me, I would happily take you on as my apprentice. The rest of the circle do not often visit, which is good because they're tiresome. You, however, are a power worth shaping, and rather delightful to boot.
Well, obviously, I'm... Wait. Really? You want me to... Wow. That would be... amazing! But, I have to think about it. At the very least, the envoy would be lost without me. And so would my lover. Though the idea of finally devoting more time to magic is... tempting.
Yes, my work will still be there even when this world is in ruins. Which, hopefully, won't happen. Whatever you decide, it will be some months before I depart. You know where to find me. Be clever, godlike. Don't think too much with your heart.
We need to talk. You let a mad archmage unleash death with a spell. I need to know why. Is that our answer now? Do we extract that price from every settlement in the Living Lands?
What is the alternative? That we allow the Dream Scourge to spread unchecked?
I don't know. Maybe.
Fuitu meio. That choice shouldn't be in anyone's hands.
Then why did we leave it to that archmage?
Reengrim knows more about the Dream Scourge than we do, and we know more than most others do. She found a great solution, but it came with a great cost. What more could we expect?
Do you hear yourself? You both saw what kind of person she is. The twisted little world she built for herself. If ending the Dream Scourge means handing our fate to someone like her, then perhaps it's not worth the cost.
Kai, let's be honest. None of us are walking away from this with a clean conscience. But unless someone makes the tough decisions, the Dream Scourge will kill us all. Or worse. That means living with our nightmares. Embracing them if we must.
Right. Getting killed by monsters is one thing, but turning into one...
We stand here bickering while the solution is just over the horizon. Nothing matters but the garden. Shatterscarp, even Emerald Stair. They're distractions by comparison.
Never thought I'd be going back to Galawain's tusks. Relax. So, we found a map to the garden. Now we see how accurate those ancient godless cartographers could possibly be. Not sure how helpful that map will be, really. There's probably a reason no one's been to the garden in centuries. That'll be cold comfort when everyone thinks I'm crazy for saying I've been there. I figure either it's a complete dud and there's nothing really there, or we all lose our minds the second we show up. Either way, was it worth it? Who knows? I get it, those visions, or whatever you're having, must be really disturbing. But how do you know they won't just get worse? I guess that's not my problem, really. My job is to keep you alive, whether you've got a god in your head or not. Just don't do anything stupid, all right? Anyway. You too. Hey, sorry about your parents.
That's very kind. Sometimes...
Listen, that back there, in the ruins, that was a lot. I know you passed 3 trials, but I'm not sure what that means exactly. I don't know. Maybe you're the chosen one now. Some kind of prophecy? You don't look that different to me. It's not that I didn't enjoy tromping around in the ancient death trap, getting bossed around by spirits and all that. But I really do hope this was the last time. That kind of humidity does terrible things to my beard. Anyway. Pleasant dreams.
Being here brings back memories. Ask away. Holler if you need anything else.
Envoy, we need to discuss what you did in the ruins. I just hope we made the right decision. Those ruins are priceless, and I truly look forward to exploring them again in the future, but I don't know that I'll ever truly accept what we did. What I did. Usually I know the right answer. It's obvious. Here, though... I know. We've seen enough pain caused by the Dream Scourge. Things have been... unreal. We spoke to actual ancient Akidans in the ruins. I was able to ask questions and get answers. And it's all thanks to you and your weird god, Sapidal, was it? Oh, big fan. But to go through the trials ourselves? Oh, could we be any luckier? Fascinating. I can't imagine what it was like to grow up a godlike with no god. I'm glad you got answers, sweetheart. Well, I have to start writing this all down before I forget. But do return if you think of any other juicy details. I've been trying to sort my thoughts since we left her domain. We met Ringrim. The Ringrim. Master illusionist of the Circle of Archmagi. And we impressed her. She even offered to make me her apprentice. As smart as you are, Envoy, I sometimes forget that you are still a layperson. It doesn't feel real, but it is. Oh, Handra's titties. What am I going to do? If I take the apprenticeship, I'll have to leave Quilici and Fjord. And what about my study of the Godless? I've spent my whole life with them. I'm not a kid anymore. I can't do everything all at once. There are only 26 hours in a day. I love my life as it is now. Exploring as I wish and coming home to open arms and a warm bed. I don't want to give that up. But this is something I never even dreamed of. But it's big. It won't leave room for much else. And I'm too old to... Oh, Envoy. What would you do? I know. That's the whole issue. I've learned magic through my own means, reading and studying on my own. How much more could I learn with her? And how much faster? Within a fortnight, I could rule the world.
As if you need an archmage for that. You could rule the world with a smile.
Thank you, dearie. I can't promise I'll act on it, but I really appreciate the advice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to write a letter to Quilici. He'll never believe me.
What is it you like so much about Ghost?
Can we talk a moment? I wanted to pick your brain about Shatterscarp. How much do you really know about Adra? Good answer. Adra is a physical manifestation of a metaphysical phenomenon. A mineral that takes our souls from death to rebirth. We severed the Adra and Naku Kubel to slow down the Dream Scourge. But at what cost? Still, I wish we had better options. The souls of the dead who go looking for a passage to the beyond will have nowhere to go. They'll be lost in darkness. Some will find their way to an Adra pillar, far from Shatterscarp. But others could wander this land for centuries. A watcher, maybe. It's a shame we haven't got one. Try as we might to help others, we won't always succeed. Even the dead can suffer the consequences of our actions. I just wish the world and its problems would leave us alone. Even for a moment. Give us time to focus on our mission. Ourselves. As do I. We both deserve a little peace. And if the world will not give it to us, then we'll just find it in each other. While I have your ear, can I ask you one more question? Much appreciated. Something about Inquisitor Ludwig has been getting to me. She seemed eager to distinguish your Adiran loyalty from your nature as a godlike, as though the two are incompatible. She believes you can be loyal to your country or to your nature, but not both. Do you find that unusual? Truthfully, I don't know. I've got this idea, but it's stuck and won't come loose. It's just... When you rejected Ludwig's offer, she wasn't surprised. As though she saw it coming. Ludwig clearly respects you, but I don't believe she trusts you. Anyway, that just had me thinking. Could be nothing, or could be something. Time will tell. Get some rest. You deserve a nap. For that matter, so do I. If I must.
How could they? Beloved that you are, and still they bared their fangs. We blessed the Tabaru Sanakis, and they prick us in return. Blood on the wire. Roots like a wall. We only meant to protect. We thrashed against the blinding light to keep the Akita safe. We never wanted this. So many seedlings lost. We grieved, but we saved many. The moon waxes from darkness. A new turn. New memories. Yet still the branches swipe. We mourn. We could not be to blame. They should have shared our love. Their spite? This we could not foresee. But you are here. A green shoot after the fire. You would not raise your hand against us. The blossom of trust. A hand as soft as the breeze. Sleep now. Dream of golden poppies on the road ahead.
Three dozen dead, of no apparent causes. They just fell over. Like their hearts were stopped in their chest. What did you do, Envoy? I know you're involved somehow. Bullshit. There was always another option. Something better than this massacre. Dozens are dead, Envoy. Their loved ones scream for them. What was all this for? The costs were too great, Envoy. And you paid them with third-born blood. I hope your fucking decisions haunt you forever. You've cost so many families their loved ones. You have my permission to go anywhere else. Get out of my sight, Envoy.
It's you! You're the monster who got us kicked out of third board!
Couldn't have happened to a nicer fellow, apparently.
What do you have against honest businessmen?
One has to admire the efficiency. Well,
Never had a chance.
Watch your back out here, traveler.
Ludwig may have a skull for a face, but her fury was clear enough. If her path crosses ours again, it'll be ugly.
frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. And I plan on hunting her like a rat.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read?
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
I believe it. And we'll cross that bridge with you when we get to it.
Ludwig and her steel garrote have the numbers and the power, but we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden, above all else.
Ugh, that's just a pile of Sokka. Right. The voice in your head that none of us have ever met. I hear dying has some interesting side effects.
Hey, we are all on the same side here, Marius.
You won't find a blessed thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a Padraku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Blessed Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will. And all your clues come from one source. You've been following a voice in your head. What do you know about Sapadal? How do you know you can trust them?
The envoy's the only one of us who knows Sapadal. Sapadal brought her back, and they've been in her head throughout the journey. I trust you. If you've got a gut feeling about Sapadal, that's good enough for me.
And my gut tells me not to trust this. You're about to cross a sea of acid on the word of a voice in your Usundan head.
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so. Oh, I've been acting odd. Me. Need I remind you that we're talking about jumping off a cliff because your head voices tell us to? I'm done here. Do whatever blessed planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Something's really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what.
Be gentle with him. Or if not gentle, understanding.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance.
Поддержать.
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, you need to slow down. Think about your feelings. Well, I don't want to think about my feelings. So just let me be alone for a bit. It is. And it isn't. I'm not sure what it is, really. Just the thought of going back to Galawain's tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat. My ears ring. I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying. Right. Thanks. I understand not wanting to go back, but why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy. I need to get some rest. I'll be ready to go when the time comes.
Never thought I'd miss Emerald Stair.
Quiet, you! You can imprison our bodies, but not our voices.
Protect the envoy.
I could bring back someone to help you.
You'll not leave my side. Traveler, what business have you here with me?
Careful how you talk to this one. It's got a captive.
Well, what is it? Because they attacked me. Because now, you and I must talk. If you care for her life, we must talk. Because I need someone to listen. To simply listen before they lash out at me with fury and hate.
A creature wounded. It howls and beats its chest against its fate, and still kith hear cries of a monster. We understand.
Will you listen? I am ill. I am dying. But I am not beyond hope. Not if I can get a cure for my molder lung in time. Because then I shall release Gilleen. You will. I am glad that... I apologize. My breath left me. Gilleen said the caravan carried a book. One with a recipe that should cure my condition. Bring me the cure. When you do, I shall let Gilleen go free. Is that so? Very well.
Please, hurry. Just find whatever he needs and get me out of here. No, there's... It'd be somewhere among the carts.
Someone's eager to meet us.
Be careful, traveler. The tusks are friends to no one. Are you? No, I... Wait, you mean? We let them...
Hmm, well...
And... Well, actually, I'm worried about the caravan. It should have... Maybe. That's what I'm hoping, at least. They left along the main road. In the convoy... Yes, but what I'd like... That's not the point. The point is our convoy is missing and I...
Let's hope we can reunite them. have a look. How did the Steel Garrote get here before us?
As I live and breathe, the faithless envoy. Ludwig finds your loyalty a touch diminished. If you're looking for the Inquisitor, she's hunting a lead to the garden through its twisted silver roots.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
We'd be there already if not for the roots. The roots say your name, envoy. They say you told them to do it. It's because I know, isn't it? Because I know that the roots have eaten. The roots try to choke the Steel Garrote, and we will strangle.
Oh dear. Be careful. He might be...
Knew it! Knew it! Die! Envoy, over here.
Protect the envoy! Give me a second. Who's next? Anyone?
Envoy, I'm not ready to go to Solace. Maybe there's another way. Maybe we can fashion some kind of flying boat? Fui tu meio, Envoy. I don't know. There's just so much. I don't know. I don't want to go any closer. It's just a feeling I have. I feel this fear inside, this heart pounding. I've been bit by core vipers. fallen into old spike pits, drank cure water from a Zarep shaman. And it never felt like this. It's as if the thought of being here, of returning home, is the deadliest thing I can imagine. And it's getting worse. Right. You understand. But this isn't even about survival. This is something else. It's more than just going home, I think. It's everything. The politics, the people, the way I left. I betrayed the traditions I was raised on, and I don't know why. I've seen that island off the coast all my life, and I grew up hearing tales about the garden. But it always felt like a legend, like those old tales about the gods. No one has been there in centuries, as far as I know. I don't. They didn't really encourage us to go looking for it either. There is something that's bothering me. Specifically, if you can spare a moment. Since we entered the Tusks, I've been getting these flashes of memory. Like there are answers in my head I can't get to. They seem to be about a village, somewhere north of Solace. Fear and sorrow, but also answers. Thanks, Envoy. It might be nothing, but it'll be nice having backup whenever I go to find it. Anyway. You too.
Rawatayans love to boast about how barren and rugged our homeland is. But we've got nothing on the Pargrunan living here. I can't fault your optimism, but would you think that if this was the only landscape you ever saw, day in and day out? According to Marius, his people are forbidden from ever leaving the Tusks.
I did tell you that, didn't I? Must have been drunk.
I'm all for pulling together, but that's just oppressive.
It's about the walls, really. Big, massive, ancient walls.
But what's the point of all that if it's not making everyone's lives better somehow? Ravatai has a similar problem. Between the constant storms and the rocky soil, the lands never supported us easily. So many of us find work as sailors and mercenaries. We explore the world as soldiers or as part of a trade mission. We venture out. We're encouraged to. Not everyone, of course, but Rawatai's hardly a dying country. Everyone in the Living Lands faces struggle, but people choose that, and usually to escape something worse. Forcing people into a lifetime of hardship for the sake of principle or tradition is a different matter entirely. Never. The Pargrunan of Solace are notoriously suspicious of outsiders. Though, from the looks of this place, Solace's real concern has got to be keeping its people in, not keeping the rest of us out. Good luck finding a soft spot to bed down.
We're on the precipice of something magical. You can feel it, can't you? The garden is within our grasp. All we need now is the courage and wisdom to brave the unknown. That shouldn't be a problem. I've done a lot of learning in our time together. Are you afraid of what's to come? I'm not judging, just curious. Let's hope it stays that way. I believe, for the first time in ages, that I am not afraid. I used to care so much about discovery, invention, achievement. But deep down, I was afraid. Afraid that I wasn't living up to my potential. Trouble is, You never know you've exceeded your capacity until it's too late. Since we met, everything I believed has been proven wrong. That the island can be controlled. That I alone can fix it. Even my parents. Gods. Just like me. Well, it puts things into perspective. I'm so tired of being afraid. I need to accept my limitations or embrace them. Even if I'm wrong again, that's part of the journey. I have no idea where it leads. And for the first time, it's fine. Perfectly fine. You're right. I don't need permission. But that doesn't mean it's unwelcome. Glad I could get that off my chest. We have bigger problems to worry about, but I appreciate these little moments. You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask. Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an animancer, now's the time. Very well. Hold your questions to the end if you don't mind. Otherwise, I'll lose my train of thought. Now, let's begin. You, drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention? Really? What's the last thing I said? Oh, I stand corrected. Even if you had dozed off, no harm done. Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out. That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind. Oh, yes. The little butterflies in my stomach got more restless than ever. When I joined you, I needed to put a stop to the dream scourge. So much has changed since then. There may be nothing for me in the garden. Nothing I haven't learned outside of it. But I still want to see it for myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited. The garden will be the discovery of a lifetime, even if I don't have an agenda. On a journey such as this, it's better to cast aside your expectations. They can only weigh you down. The better question is, can I still be an animancer? Could I even make a difference? By burning Fior Mesiverno, the Steel Garrod declared that animancy is not welcome in the living lands. And then there's the Dream Scourge, unraveling civilization as we know it. I don't know where that leaves me. The work my parents started may have no end in sight. We don't even know if the living lands can be tamed politically, much less spiritually. I'm sure that Inquisitor Ludwig would agree. All I know for certain is that I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be an animancer for the right reason. With the Dream Scourge, I haven't got one. When I do, I'll be sure to let you know. After all, you've been so patient with me. You deserve a little closure. Pleasant dreams.
gods. Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Oh dear. Focus on something else, dear.
Schemes in the dark. The mountains shift in unknowable shapes. The sulfur scalds. We do not like to linger in this place. The rushes stir. We smell danger. Obstacles in the path. Beast of treachery smells you. It stalks you across the land. A sword for a settlement, the scorpion promises to protect. Rose today, thorn tomorrow. Friend or foe, the branches shake. Betrayal seeps into the veins. A hidden strike, a bond bleeds in silence. Have your hands known this? An oak everlasting. Why? A certain spring. The bloom always succeeds the frost. The storm blows, others falter. What good is a vow if it can break? Vigilance. We have learned much. Dream of dandelions with two heads.
Got eyes on something? Must have been a prosperous farm. Now look at it. I never thought I'd say this. I miss the farms.
Help! My gods, they're killing us!
Zarb tracks. Lots of them. We're entering hostile territory.
I can't. I don't want to be here. I feel like I can't feel my fingers.
We're going to face this together, even if I have to hold your hand the entire time.
Fine. Let's go. Let's go. I feel like I can't swallow. Is that weird? Gods, what happened here? What is that? Let me see. I remember this. I think this belonged to... Everything Yonku said was true. All of it. These bones. These bones are hers. My mother. I can't. Difficult. This is blessed impossible.
It's all right, Marius. We're here with you. Stay with us.
I don't think I can handle this right now. I need to go back.
No need to rush this. We'll take it at your pace. One step at a time.
I know. Fui too meio. Let's just keep looking around. These bowls used to contain a poison. Larbarian Ishon root, maybe. Put them down, please. Please. No. No. Don't fool me. Don't lie. That can't be Marius. It can't.
Be careful, Marius. He isn't well.
Yonko. Viate. Is that you? What happened? How could this... I can see. I can taste. I'm disappearing into the land. I search for meaning, but find only words. This is... is... Yonku. My best friend since... as far as I can remember. When did this... I should have never left you, Viate. I couldn't have known. Patrol. Yes, on patrol. When the dream touched me, I was away and alone. Yes? Not your fault. Not yours. We met here, Marius and me. We played here. I was... older, but still a child. That doesn't... I barely remember this place. Your forgetting is for the best, Viate. I suffered remembering the whole time. Families followed Razvan, trusted his words. He would lead them to a better life. Trusted Razvan to make them something more. Wait. No, I remember something. Chanting? I was so scared. Stop it. I'm all right. Razvan circled the parents around, said he would help their voices reach the stars. They took bowls full of... night. No. Death. He said to drink it while Razvan said the words. I don't want to know what you're about to say. Yes. Yes. Gods, am I speaking clear? At long last. I saw all the parents fall over. I knew he would come for me. I ran. I saw young Marius, too small to understand. Razvan called out for us, his voice raised to the sky. That's when you took me to solace. You saved my life. A new home, yes, I brought you there and they gathered you. I always thought you were a fool when we were younger. So impulsive. And now I know. You thought you'd already cheated death. The parents in Solace said it was better to forget. Made me swear not to tell. You were happy. Never wanted to upset you.
At first, yes. Later, it would have been harder not to forget.
Makes sense. No wonder it felt like everyone knew something I didn't, because they did.
But I can't focus. Can't remember. Razvan is near, making everything harder.
God, he might still be alive. That's it. We have to leave. If he's out there, we have to run.
"30, yes. But we survived, so why couldn't he? Found the key to Razvan's home. Search there if you want. I will only forget. No. Razvan has gripped my soul my entire life. It will be enough to know he's gone.
I am so sorry this happened to you, Viate. If I could trade places with you.
No. No, Viate. You have saved me many times over. This I wouldn't wish on you ever.
Well, I guess we'll be going now, yeah? We have to keep digging into this particular emotional scar.
I almost pity him. See you soon, Viate.
I knew someone was out there. He killed everyone. He wanted to kill me.
Breathe, Marius. Steady yourself. Your mind and soul are fragile. Now more than ever.
Years of worrying myself sick. He's out there, Envoy. This Korba is still out there. I don't know if He killed my entire village, Envoy. I think I know the contact Razvan used to seal the door. It's a poem my mother told me when I was a child. She said those words would always open doors. I never knew what she meant. If we're gonna go after Razvan, we better get to it. Before I pass out where I stand.
Уже начали завтра, потому что нужно спать около 20. Найс. Тап. 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 Угу. Интересно.
That amulet. It's... My mother loved it. She said she... Gods... This is really her.